It's called the Global Lighthouse Network, but it doesn't actually involve lighthouses. Run by the World Economic Forum, it brings together advanced manufacturers that are lighting the way in the so-called Fourth Industrial Revolution. They combine new technologies like artificial intelligence and robotics to totally transform operations and business models.
Well, 18 factories across the world have just been added to the network, and 2 of them based in Singapore, belonging to tech companies Micron and Infineon. We're joined by Manish Bhatia. He's Micron Technologies Executive Vice President for Global Operations. Thanks so much for joining us. Just tell us what it means for Micron to join this network. What's sort of significant about it for you guys?
For Micron, what it means is that we are, utilizing cutting-edge technologies for big data, artificial intelligence, industrial Internet of Things, sensors deployed across all of our factory to enhance the productivity of our Singapore operations, to improve the quality of our products, and to improve the competitiveness of our manufacturing operations here. And we're really pleased. We want to thank the World Economic Forum for this recognition. We're very proud, along with Infineon, to be the first facilities in Singapore to be recognized with this award. And we look forward to joining the club of lighthouse factories and network of lighthouse factories around the world to be able to help propel the entire global manufacturing industry into the fourth industrial revolution.
Right, but Manish, I want to ask you, so Micron has integrated, we're seeing here, big data infrastructure, industrial, IoT, Internet of Things to its operations. How did this technology journey begin?
So, I think it helps to step back a little bit and understand just a little bit about semiconductor manufacturing technology. Semiconductor manufacturing is among the most complex processing technologies in the world. Among anything that's manufactured anywhere, semiconductor has just tremendous amount of complexity. Essentially, the raw material we take is sand, much like the sand you would find on Sentosa Island, not that different actually. And we take it, and with a lot of very, very complex processes, we turn it into the semiconductors that power the electronics that are in the smartphone in your purse, the laptop in your briefcase, right? So those complex processes continue to evolve and change, and we're always introducing new processes every year. And a few years ago, we realized that the equipment that we had would not be able to, by itself, provide the precision that we needed to keep up with the pace of the technological advancement of our semiconductor processes. So in order to be able to provide higher capacity chips, lower cost chips, lower power, higher performance chips, we felt like we needed to embark on this journey. And actually, it started with us just applying advanced statistical techniques to the data that was coming off of our equipment. We then expanded that to adding artificial intelligence and deep learning neural networks to be able to come up with insights from that data that maybe we hadn't recognized before. And then now we're taking it even a step further with, as I mentioned before, industrial Internet of Things is really about deploying sensors all around the factory, whether they're cameras, other types of sensors, pressure sensors, acoustic sensors, to be able to expand the data that we're able to bring into that platform of artificial intelligence analytics to be able to help us optimize our operations.
So Infineon and you guys and the rest of the companies in this club, the 44 of you, I think, in this Lighthouse Club, this little network. You guys are the success stories. There are millions of companies out there that, while the Industrial Revolution is churning on, are finding it so difficult to get on the bandwagon. So what have you guys done that has sort of pushed you in this direction? What challenges did you guys face in order to get there? Because a lot of these companies are facing the same challenges.
Yeah. So I think one of the many of the challenges that companies face when they're trying to transform are similar. There's a prototyping activity that happens where you try out new approaches to solving your manufacturing problems, and then there's sort of a chasm that you have to leave between that prototyping activity to deploying it at scale. So really, the key comes as you're crossing that to trust that the processes that you're using and the new approaches are going to deliver the value that they promise, right? So it's being able to go from prototype to at-scale deployment and demonstrate business and operational value that's the really difficult part. And what I'd say that we did, another one of the challenges that we had in that journey was, the semiconductor engineers, like me, have been in this industry for 20+ years. We all grew up with the scientific method. We were all trained in school, whether we were physicists, chemists, engineers. The scientific method teaches us to start with a hypothesis, then to move to collecting, running experiments, collecting data, analyzing the data, then reaching a conclusion. Mm-hmm. But in this day and age where the data is all around us, we want to harness the power of that data. You actually can flip that on its head, and you start with the data. And you collect the data and just start analyzing, and you find trends that you never would have imagined or expected. And that allows you to become predictive. And so it's really blending the scientific approach that's been in the industry for, since its inception 50+ years ago, along with the newer data science techniques from the new hires that we bring out of college who are very familiar with these techniques, and building this ambidextrous capability and blending it together that's been able to help us cross that chasm to be able to go from successful prototypes to successful at-scale deployments where we generate operational value, improve the quality of our products, improve the effectiveness of our operations.
There you have it, proof of the pudding. All right, thanks so much, Manish, for sharing your perspectives with us. We've been speaking there with Manish Bhatia. He's Micron Technology's Executive Vice President for Global Operations.